Malaysia, our beloved home, where unity defines us as one. From the early days of independence, unity has been the heartbeat of our nation, though it has evolved over time. Our parents' generation experienced it differently than today's vibrant tapestry. As we journey through history, we celebrate the enduring thread that unites us, our shared aspiration for a better tomorrow. This is Malaysia, evolving unity. In the early years of independence, unity held a special significance for Malaysians. Let's hear from Tan Sri Lam Thai, who witnessed this era firsthand and understand how they perceived unity.
My name is Lam Thai. Well, I am 76 years old now. I came from a very poor family from Menglambu, Ipoh, Perak. And it was largely because of my family background that I decided to go into politics, because I wanted to use politics to help the people.
Tan Sri Lam Thai chose to dedicate himself to NGOs, driven by a desire to better serve the nation and its people beyond politics. Despite reaching the peak of his career, he made the conscious decision to retire from politics.
Merdeka! Merdeka! Merdeka!
The spirit of unity ignited when Tunku Abdul Rahman, Malaysia's first Prime Minister, proclaimed independence and raised the national flag for the first time.
Merdeka!
People from all walks of life celebrated together, setting the stage for a nation built on inclusivity and respect. On August 31st, 1957, a significant and momentous occasion occurred for Tanah Melayu, ushering in a new era of hope and driving transformative changes for the nation.
Well, on 31st of August, the day when independence was proclaimed, well, I was still in school. I was in Standard 4. And of course, at that time, I really did not understand the significance of independence. And I really did not know what independence was all about, what benefit it could bring to the country. But all I could remember was this, during that time, the teacher in my classroom did tell all the students that today is a very happy day for all of us, because our country has become an independent sovereign nation, and we are now standing on our own feet.
Under British rule, this nation was once segregated by races, with Malays primarily engaged in agriculture, Chinese in commerce, and Indians in plantations. However, the landscape transformed with the advent of education and the opening of new economic prospects, bringing about positive changes and opportunities for all. Let's hear from Professor Datuk Dr. Shamrahayu Abdul Aziz, who is a constitutional expert that has provided numerous views on Malaysian legislation.
When we achieved independence in 1957 and when we celebrate establishment of Malaysia in 1963, the first and foremost thing that we have to appreciate is that because we are united, then we can achieve independence. And because we are united, then we are able to establish Malaysia in 1963.
Schools emerged as the nurturing grounds of unity, sowing the seeds of togetherness among its diverse communities. Tan Sri Lam Thai, a young student during that transformative era, personally bore witness to the profound impact of this unity within the educational realm.
It was a very exciting period because why I could see so many of my friends, of different these races. There were Malays, there were Chinese, there were Indians, and there were also the Sikh. So we were all friends, and we were very excited to see one another because we were all studying in the same this classroom. And very important, the issue of race was never an issue because we just treated each other as friends. We never, identify ourselves Malays, Chinese, Indians, and others. No.
The post-Merdeka era witnessed an unparalleled surge in investment into a politically stable and rapidly developing nation. This remarkable progress caught the attention of Sabah, Sarawak, and Singapore, sparking their interest to join the Federation of Tanah Melayu. Professor Datuk Dr. Shamrahayu.
From my disciplines, the legal discipline, it will not be possible for us to have the best constitution as we have now if we were not united. And we amended various provisions in 1963 to form Malaysia.
As time passed, even a nation that cherished its spirit of unity and togetherness began to witness the emergence of dividing cracks.
We still have unstable situation. Although we agreed to form the Federation of Tanah Melayu in 1957, but then 10 years after that, we find a challenge to the unity among Malaysians in 1969.
The tragic events of May 13th, 1969 had a profound impact on the perception of unity in Malaysia.
When after the general elections, we had the riots, the racial riots, that was indeed a black dot in the history of our country.
Tan Sri Lam Thai was 24 years old during May 13th, who witnessed the turmoil firsthand that sparked by political and ethnic tensions, resulting in violent clashes and widespread unrest. May 13th was a wake-up call for Malaysian. Unity became a matter of survival. We understood that if we did not embrace one another, our nation would remain divided.
I think that is the incidents that we must not forget, because that gave us the lesson that we cannot take unity for granted. But it must always, in the minds of the people, including the leadership, that unity is the most important matters that should be given attention.
In the aftermath of May 13th, the National Operations Council, or Majaran, was established to restore order and ensure the nation's stability.
Majaran is a majlis, is a council that has been established for the purpose of identifying issues that caused 1969 riots. Majaran also is a council to find solutions for those reasons or causes for the 1969 riots, setting up a better Malaysia.
Its primary objectives were to restore peace, rebuild the economy, and foster racial harmony, thereby paving the way for national reconciliation. Tan Sri Lam Thai has this to say.
I still remember the government discussed this matter, the Prime Minister, Cabinet, even the rulers also were very concerned about that. What came out from this was the introduction of the Rukun Negara.
Kepercayaan kepada Tuhan.
Belief in God.
Kesetiaan kepada raja dan negara.
Loyalty to king and country.
Keluhuran perlembagaan.
Upholding the Constitution.
Kedaulatan undang-undang.
Rule of law.
Kesopanan dan kesusilaan.
Good behavior and morality. Let's hear from Professor Datuk Dr. Shamrahayu.
Rukun Negara have been considered as Malaysian ideology, philosophy of the nation, and Rukun Negara is considered as a summary of some important features of the Federal Constitution.
These pillars serve as a framework to guide Malaysians in upholding unity, justice and prosperity.
So Rukun Negara is the duty of all and everyone to respect the Rukun Negara. The objective of Rukun Negara is to achieve a unity. That is the first matlamat, the first objective of the nation. To achieve the unity, a stronger, a better unity among the Malaysian, and also to make us prepare to have a democratic way of life, to share the prosperity of the nation, and most important also, we have to be liberal in accepting the budaya, the culture of all ethnics. These are important principles of the Rukun Negara. And finally, we have to achieve all these ambitions or ideologies or cita-cita negara.
Let us remember that the principles of Rukun Negara call upon all Malaysians to embrace diversity, respect one another, and work together towards a united and prosperous nation. Unity is a beautiful concept, and every Malaysian holds a nostalgic story of unity that is unique to them. Let's hear from Colonel Mike Tien from the Civil Defence Force as he shares his days of youth in enchanting Malacca.
Sayyid Umar is my good buddy. His mother make a very nice epok-epok and nasi lemak. So we call him Umar Nasi Lemak. And my neighbor, another one more, is a peranakan, Charlie. He's a baba. We call him Charlie Belacan because his family do all the belacan all the time. See? And there's one more, Indian, Arumugam. He have burku. We were enjoying our life together. We share our makan together. We sit our same table. Despite different races and different colors, different religion, we sit at the same table. We take everything. He take his. We take his. We take ours. No issue. So he's been sitting beside me, downwind. I open the kuih chang and makan. So it smells very good. Kasih sikit boleh kah? I say, ni tak boleh, ni tak halal. We have to learn how to respect. That's why we got different colors. It's up to you, human being, to decide.
During the 1970s, governmental initiatives led to unparalleled economic growth and a surge in employment options. Simultaneously, these policies nurtured harmony among Malaysians by tackling social inequities and advocating inclusiveness. Tan Sri Lee Lam Thai.
Well, to me, unity means togetherness. It means oneness. And it also means action, or rather acting as one, sharing common values, sharing hopes and challenges, and also working towards aspirations.
Mike Tien.
Unity is the main goal of the build nation, build the family, build the country, build the whole empire. So unity is a must for us in Malaysia.
During the 1970s, governmental initiatives led to unparalleled economic growth and a surge in employment options. Simultaneously, these policies nurtured harmony among Malaysians by tackling social inequities and advocating inclusiveness. This generated common objectives and enhanced cohesion by diminishing ethnic disparities. Tan Sri Lee Lam Thai.
The 1970s was indeed a very interesting period for us, because it was there that we started with all this 5-year development plan introduced by the government. We did not have all this, what they call it, the public transport. And even the taxis that we had was very old, just the taxis. And KL, as I said now, we did not see all these high-rise buildings as we have now. So it was during that time that the government decided to embark on this development plan.
Foreign investment led to the establishment of various industries and businesses, attracting a diverse workforce. Workplaces became environments where people from different backgrounds collaborated and worked towards common goals, promoting unity through teamwork and cooperation.
1980s was trying to bring a better quality of life, I think, for the people. Merely, as I said, an extension or intensification of the various development, the programs from the 70s.
Throughout the 1980s, urbanization and housing development in Malaysia provided opportunities for people of different ethnicities and backgrounds to come together, fostering a strong sense of national unity. Sekolah Kebangsaan was more than just a place of education. It was a melting pot of cultures, languages and traditions. Students of various backgrounds would come together, learning and celebrating their diversity. Let's hear from Professor Datuk Dr. Shamrahayu on the history of the Sekolah Kebangsaan program.
We have one system of education that have one curriculum. There's another thing is that when every ethnic or race attend to one type of school, there is a place where our younger generation can meet one another and to understand the culture of one race or one ethnic to another.
Demi negara yang tercinta, dicurahkan bakti penuh setia.
One common uniting factor in Malaysia is its music, and of Malaysia's most prolific artist is Dato Francisca Peter, who sang Setia, a song that is about loyalty and love for the nation. This extraordinary rendition of a soulful song is known by almost everyone in Malaysia, regardless of upbringing or ethnicity. Dato Francisca Peter.
Songs like Setia resonate deeply with Malaysians, transcending racial and religious backgrounds. This song became a unifying anthem promoting peace, respect, love, and harmony. It showcased the power of music in bringing people together.
In digital era, unity has become increasingly important due to the ease of information dissemination and communication through technology. The internet and social media have the potential to bring people from all over the world together, but they also present new challenges in achieving unity. Mike Tien.
I am ashamed to say that, People are trying to use all these religion, races. Why? Our blood different than others? If our blood different than others, we are Dracula. Try to preserve. Without this unity, without the culture, we will lose.
Tan Sri Lee Lam Tai.
When we are serious about talking about this unity, we must learn from Sabah and Sarawak. I am very, very impressed by the level of the mutual understanding, mutual respect among all the diverse ethnic groups, both in Sabah and in Sarawak. And that's the reason why I say we have a lot to learn, in terms of integration. How do you integrate one ethnic group? You integrate with another one. How, for example, we can be seated around the table. We can have food, the different type of food, but all of us can be seated in one table, eating food of your choice. You see, and there is no fear of, I think this is not right, I shouldn't be seated. I should be seated elsewhere. So in Sabah and Sarawak, I have noticed this, Especially every time when I go into just a restaurant, I can see all these things.
Professor Datuk Dr. Shamrahayu.
Sometimes what have been mentioned or have been published in their social media affect the trust among Malaysians, meaning to say we have a deficit of trust among the people of Malaysia because of their expressions in the media social.
Therefore, digital media literacy and responsible usage become vital in ensuring technology is used as a tool to strengthen unity and mutual understanding. Mike Tien.
Those who really enjoying life, this universe is where the hell and heaven is. You do right thing, it's heaven. You don't do right thing, it's hell. You know what you want in life, and please do it right. You lie to everybody, but don't cheat yourself. If you cheat yourself, you will make a bigger mistake in your whole life. And if you cheat people, you cheat the country, where you stand. What happened? Remember, what happened to your next generation?
Professor Datuk Dr. Shamrahayu,
The information that they receive from the media is considered as, although the information is not true, but then they believe it until it may cause a confusion among the public.
Mike Tien,
That's where the unity must start from young. Unity start from school. Unity start from the family. Don't talk so, don't too rigid about life. We are called living creatures. The most genius living species in this universe is human being. Why we think so hard about the colors and religion?
Tan Sri Lee Lam Tai,
Eventually, I think the word desa tolerance should even go a step further into acceptance. Now, we have to accept the fact this is a country that belongs to all races.
a nation with a rich tapestry of cultures, finds unity through a common passion, sports. Whether it's the thrill of a football match, the excitement of a badminton tournament, sports ignite a spark of unity in the hearts of Malaysians across the country. Mike Tien,
You know, when I was a young boy in the kampong, like I said earlier, I play football, I play badminton and other things. So these sports will unite all of us. The only thing can unite us is sports. Remember, through sports, we don't have barrier of color, we don't have barrier of religion. Our goal is just one. If we play football, 22 of us and chasing after one ball. All of us has one goal. To be a champion, you cannot be yourself. Teamwork. So football is one of them. And not only football. You see, when Chong Wei play badminton, did they say, hey, ini China lah, tak boleh, cannot go and support lah. Everybody shouting, Chong Wei? And when Azrul, the pocket rocket man, see? Did anybody say anything? Hey, let us support him.
in Malaysia, it is not only sports that act as a unifying force among its racially diverse population, but music and arts also take center stage, bringing Malaysians of all races together in the pursuit of their shared passions. Dato Francisca Peter.
Throughout my journey in the entertainment industry since the early 80s, I've been incredibly blessed with a diverse and supportive fan base, with more than 80% of my fans being Malays. Surprisingly, a younger fan base has emerged, and I'm very grateful for their appreciation of my music from all races and religions.
Let's hear from one of Malaysia's numerous indie bands. The Bungalows had eyes on their experiences throughout their journey in the musical industry and also as young Malaysians. Here is Gabriel with his point of view.
So us as the Bungalows at Eyes, we have a collective which is called as Collective Charteran. So it's basically a group of musicians that are coming from different racial and religious backgrounds. But the point of us coming together is not because of our racial or religious backgrounds. It's because we love music, right? We enjoy music for what it is, and we all have a common goal in mind to just make the best music is possible for this country. It doesn't matter where we come from and what our racial or religion background is. And we are also friends. The most important thing, we are also friends. We can eat together and discuss ideas without any form of prejudices about each other's race or religion. So yeah, that's what I think about the unity when it comes to us indie musicians in Malaysia itself.
Tan Sri Lee Lam Tai.
Unity to me also means bringing the people of diverse races together, working, for the common good of the country, helping to build the country and making the country proud and great as a nation.
In recent years, Malaysia experienced catastrophic floods, wreaking havoc on communities across the country. The torrential rains tested the unity of Malaysians, but they proved that their bonds were unbreakable. Mike Tien.
When you have flood, there's no burial, there's no color. You got to rescue. The water above your nose, finish. When I was in Lombok, China, the other day, the reason and the heat was very bad in KL, Malacca also very bad. So this is a Malay lady, and there is an Indian guy trying to help any which way because they're kampong. They cannot reach because their sampan is almost bocor. Then here came we and our team. So they jump in, they take us to the place. You just imagine the Baba take the boat, the Chinese navigating the boat, the Indians show us where the place, pick up a Malay guy. Is anything wrong with that? I'm helping another human being. Why must I think about color? Same like what? We donate blood. Do we ask what blood you are, Chinese, Malay, Indian?
It is important to remember that unity is the key to overcoming crises and finding effective solutions. By staying united, Malaysians can confront challenges and return to a more stable and prosperous life. Malaysia's strength lies in its diversity, with people of various races coming together to build the nation we cherish. This love for our country and its people drives us to move forward together into the future. By embracing our shared identity and working hand in hand, we can overcome challenges and create a brighter, more united Malaysia for generations to come. Our profound gratitude to Dato Francisca Peter, Mr. Mike Tien, Professor Datuk Dr. Shamrahayu, Tan Sri Lee Lam Tai, and esteemed guests for their invaluable contributions to this radio documentary. Your support made it exceptional.
Let us remain proud Malaysians, embracing our multiplicity and standing united to preserve the beauty and uniqueness of our differences.
Your next generation will carry the flag. Is the flag going to be empty, flat, red or white? Our flag is beautiful, Malaysia. We have mixed culture. We got bulan down there, we got half moon, we got star, and the best country I see in the world is us in Malaysia.
When we achieve 100 years of independence, we are able to become a united in diversity. Now, unity is no more an issue. Although I do believe that different races, different ethnic, different religion, different political ideology may still become a challenge. But then it is hoped that all this only a questions, but it's not a real issue of a challenge to the unity. It is my hope also that we become the best model of unity in diversity.
The Malays, they have their special rights. Nobody should disallow Christian there. But at the same time, the rights of the other minorities are also guaranteed in the Constitution. So these facts must be accepted. You cannot say, "Oh, I tolerate that." Tak apalah. I just tolerate. It cannot be. At the beginning, yes, we must learn how to be tolerant one another. Then from the tolerance, we start to slowly to understand, to appreciate. And once we have achieved that level, then I think we go on to acceptance. We accept the fact that this is a multiracial country. Well, despite, as I said, whatever the differences, the constitutional safeguard, the Rukun Negara safeguards are there, we can move on. So acceptance, to me, tolerance should eventually move into acceptance.
Unity remains a pivotal concept for Malaysians. It is vital to acknowledge that we are here due to the unity practiced by our forefathers and shared by us today. As we journey into the future as a single nation, it is imperative that we continue practicing and propagating this spirit of unity and togetherness. We are one big family. Stay united, Malaysians. This radio documentary was produced by Azrul Izwan Arifin and Khartik Ganasan and powered by AI technologies.